Welcome to the Steelers Realm Podcast. And now, here are the boys of Steelers Realm.
Oh, man, that skipped out early. Hey, Steeler Nation, welcome back to another episode, Steelers Realm Podcast. Thank you, Andy, for that great intro. As always, I'm one of your hosts, JT. We got a trio tonight and good lineup. Our staff, the famous TA, and the hitchhiker joining us tonight. Kitch couldn't make it, and the freight train is hauling freight. So there you got us three tonight. Welcome, gentlemen.
Well, hello, JT, and hello, hijacker. Welcome to the show.
What's up?
Man, what's up, buddy?
Nothing.
Hijacker sporting some new lenses there, dude. Looking good.
Yeah, don't worry. They're just blue light glasses.
No, that's all right.
Blue light glasses.
Yep. They let me see the Steelers' future.
Well, please tell us, Kreskin, what is the Steelers' future?
They're gonna win, obviously. They always do.
What future did you read last week?
I didn't have the glasses yet.
Didn't have the glasses yet. All right. So even I got to ask, man, because I want to say rest in peace to the amazing Kreskin. Hijacker, do you even know who Kreskin was?
Hell no.
Hell no. All right, young man. That's going to be your homework assignment.
What? I already got homework, man?
You have homework. You need to tell us who the amazing Kreskin is.
Okay, fine.
He is mind-blowing.
Excuse me. Got it.
And he didn't need no blue light glasses either.
Okay.
All right, JT, what are we doing here tonight?
Oh, man, it's Ravens week. Ravens week 2. And, dude, got my shirt here. I'm going to break out a little bit. A special tribute, special message for the Ravens bulletin board. So, yeah, looking forward to that, man. Breaking it down. It's a dynamic, evolving thing as we get into it. But, man, isn't this building up to be kind of the season that the NFL was maybe hoping it would be? I don't know. The timing with Hard Knocks? I don't know. Kind of crazy. But, hey, you know what? Win this game, boom. Division winners, baby. I can get a new division winning hat. I haven't had one of those for a while.
It's
man.
been a hot minute, ain't it?
It has been. What's up, Mean Green? Shout out to you, my friend. Thanks for tuning in. You know what? Before we jump into it, just a couple notes. TA and I, we met with some folks this week and come up with some new ideas. So I think the end result of that is that we are going to be bringing you guys much, much more content in many forms, snippets, shorts, things like that. We're going for it. So keep your eyes out. Please share and like and subscribe and all that good stuff to all that stuff. Get us out there. We're going to be pumping up our YouTube channel. And we're looking forward to it. We put together a list of guests that we're targeting, and so that's going to be exciting to see that unfold. How about it, TA?
Oh, absolutely. Boy, I can't believe you put the cat right out there, buddy.
Man.
Talk about putting the pressure on us. Man, you want to talk about heating up the kitchen.
That's right. And speaking of which, this AFC North kitchen, it is as hot as it's going to get. Win and play at home, right? Division winner plays at home.
Look,
guarantee the first game, right?
That's really the bottom line of this weekend. It's black and blue week, as we already know. And the bottom line is win, and we're in, and we don't have to worry about anything else. We want to take the last 2 games off in the season. Take the last 2 games off in the season. It does not matter. This week matters.
Yep, this week matters. So let's go win.
That's it. Hey, DJ, he just said Jim Ernie was on Good Morning Football this morning with his book, too. And like you
Nice.
said, yeah, we beat Good Morning Football.
See, we're more important.
We got Jim first. So that's cool stuff, man. Thanks for sharing, DJ. Appreciate that.
That is pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah. So if you guys didn't catch it here, you can catch his book there at Penguins Random House. Any format, whether audiobook, hardback, paperback, or whatever, penguinrandomhouse.com. Hook it up. And I bet you could probably still get it here in time for Christmas. Get the audio book and get those extra interviews. Franco, Rocky Blyer, yeah, the list goes on and on. Good stuff. But yeah, thanks for sharing that, DJ. So yeah, Black and Blue Week, man. We're back at it. We're going to get into that. How to watch. Interesting lineup this week. First time Steelers and Ravens were ever playing together on Fox.
Yeah, all because we have a Saturday game, and the NFL has blessed us with Tom Brady 2 weeks in a row. Come on, man.
How did we get to be so special?
Lucky.
Yeah. And speaking of come on, man, I do got to say something real quick, man. I don't know if you guys have all read, but I just want to say a little shout out to Randy Moss. Evidently, he's been mossed by cancer. No pun intended.
Mm-hmm.
And man, brother, you are a hell of a player. I hope you are fighting the good fight. Even though you weren't on our team, you were still a special player to watch. And our thoughts and prayers go out with you and your family as you get ready to embark on this battle of cancer. And we're hoping that you kick its ass.
Yeah, well said. Thanks, Tia. Yeah, so Saturday, and it's a 4:30 game too. Like I said, Fox has it. Tom Brady, Kevin Burkhardt has play-by-play, and then Aaron Andrews on the field. I never mind listening to her. Tom Rinaldi also on the call. And then guy, kind of follow on X and stuff. And, somebody I'd love to get on the podcast. They have Rob King doing a great job with the play-by-play on Steelers Radio Network, along with Craig Wolfley, Max Starks, Missy Matthews. And you can catch them on your flagship station, 102.5 DVE. And no, we don't get an endorsement for plugging them, or WDAD here in Indiana County if you're local. Don't forget Ireland out there, OTB app. You can listen to the Steelers, and you can also, in the States here, if you don't get any of the stations, you can get it on the Steelers app and listen into the game. So 34 degrees, clear skies in Baltimore. Us coming off that ugly episode in Philadelphia at sitting 10-4, Ravens sitting at 9-5, coming off a win against the Giants. It was a pretty significant, pretty devastating win. Started out okay. They were in that game. Giants were in it for a while, but then they just crept away. But anyhow, Ravens favored 6.5, and then a 45.5 over under. What would you guys take?
Well, why don't you go first, TA?
Now, here's a good question. Here's a good question. How many times have the Steelers and Ravens played and gotten to 45.5 points? A. B. How many times have the Steelers and Ravens played and it been a 3-point game one way or the other?
Well, the 3-point game, one way or the other, I'm probably going to venture out to say that's a good probably 90% of the time.
It's always going 3 points or less.
Yeah. I mean, very seldom do you see a blowout in this here matchup. Now, as far as scoring, over 42 points between the two, man, that is a good question as well. JT, I'm imagining that you have that answer for us. So I don't want to take your thunder.
No, I do not. I just wanted to throw it out there. I bet you one guy who probably figure that out or have that answer is probably DJ out there. Oh, hey, Kitch is on there.
45 total, none of them. 45 total, none of them.
Well, usually these tough divisional games go under. That's how it is.
All of them. None of them meaning what? We'll get clarification there.
Well, I will tell you this. The last time it went over 40 points, all right, was in 2020, the year of COVID. The Steelers won 28-24.
Yeah, but where their
Man,
fans
what a mess what a mess that week was.
Oh,
absolutely. It kept getting postponed, and then we're like, what the fuck, man?
Well, that was the first game, and then it was the postpone after that and that's when we played them on the Wednesday in December, 30 days later. But It got all ugly, and that one was 19-14. But to go 40, it would have been 2020 was our last.
And there you go. DJ clarified it. None of them were over 45, and all of them within 3. Well, there you go.
Wow.
I told you he'd know that.
DJ knows
Thanks, DJ. Appreciate it, man.
Well, DJ, I got to correct you, brother, because I love you to death. I really, truly do. Would you guys believe me if I told you that at one point in time, we hit 76 points total?
Wow. When was that?
Yeah, when was that? when they were in Baltimore?
No, it wasn't. It was actually in Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
We beat them, and it was back in 1997.
Damn.
That was the highest scored game.
Okay.
So chances of them getting that high again is slim to none, brother.
Oh man, TJ, that's just an educated guess.
Hey, that's all we do is an educated guess as well.
Yeah, indeed. We don't profess to be ESPN or PFF or anything like that, but we sure do have fun talking about it. So yeah,
I will say this: I look just as good as Tom Brady does.
Maybe better too. Much less muddy.
Much less muddy. I'm clear as mud, baby.
Yeah, Mean Green says he never listens to TV announcers. I usually don't either. The problem is with my streaming, I'm a little behind. So if I do that, I may as well not even watch it. Otherwise, I'm just watching highlights of what I just heard on the radio a minute and 12 seconds earlier. But at one point, I had figured out a way that I could sync it up. I don't know if I was able to pause radio. I mean, believe it or not, it was weird how I was able to do it. But
GT, I can't believe you haven't figured out. If you only feed the gerbils a carb diet the night before, you're going to get all the speed you need, brother.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's
you got to get those gerbils a little spaghetti, man.
Get them going.
High carb night.
Get them on the wheel.
Get them on the wheel.
Need to grease that wheel. Get them going. Oh my. So, well, hey, let's do this. Let's jump into some cool numbers. We were talking smack behind the scenes in the green room before we come on, and let's throw some shit out there. What do you think?
I couldn't. I'm dying to hear Hijacker's voice.
Are you ready, man?
Sing us some sweet music.
We're ready to rumble, man. We got some really good numbers for you tonight.
All right. What do you got?
Are you ready?
All right. Cool.
Hold
on.
I got to cue the music up.
Yeah, I got to cue up your sound.
Yep. So first number we got for you is lucky number 13. Derrick Henry has 13 rushing touchdowns this year, but he's only lost 1 fumble this year against the Steelers. You remember that Nick Herbig caused that fumble?
Yes, sir.
Yep. And then Tomlin's record against the Ravens is now 22-16. So he's gotten the edge. Will he get the edge again this week? We'll have to see. And then Lamar Jackson, he continues to struggle against us. He's a passer rating of 66.7 with 1,077 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions against us in 7 games. He's really struggled. Will he continue to struggle against us? We'll have to see. And then a couple stats. We're looking at the Steelers and Ravens run defense. Ravens are first in run defense. Steelers are fourth. So both teams are looking to stop the run this week. And then a couple stats. Last week, Boswell broke some records, man. He broke his own record even. the franchise record for field goals made in a season. He hit 37, broke his own record of 36.
Broke it again.
Yep.
Nice.
He's breaking all the records, man. He also hit his record for points scored in a season with 104. Or actually 144, my bad. And then TJ Watt had his fourth season with 10-plus sacks and 5-plus forced fumbles in a season. He becomes the third player to do that, along with Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis. So,
wow, there's some names from the past.
Yeah, he's stacking them up, man.
Stacking them up.
Wasn't he a Colt?
Yeah, he was. And
I
then
don't recall. The NFC player.
And then this Ravens offense is still rolling. They're third in the NFL at 29.9 points per game, so our defense needs to stand up against them. Steelers offense, however, not doing quite as well. They're like near the bottom, let's just say. They're 29th when it comes to their offense. Like 29% of their plays go to third down, which is not good. So, yep, that's all the numbers got you for you today. So.
Cool. Good stuff.
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't fade that out there. All
right.
Sleep at the wheel, or are you, JT?
Yeah, no, it's just like boom. I gotta talk to our audio editor.
We got to work on that guy.
Yeah, we got to work on that. We got
to work on the statistician too, because Wesley must have gone to a parochial school. He had to one-up me by 1 point. Did you see that, JT? Wesley, God bless you, brother. 1 point. He upped me by 1 point. 77 points was the total in the game. I have stand corrected. See, that's what I love about our fans, man. I like the interaction, JT, because this is what happens in the garage. You get one guy throw something out, the other guy disagrees, and you go back and forth, man. That's the love of the game. That's what I love about this, man. Thank you, gentlemen.
We're not the specialists. We just tee it up and let you guys run with it, man.
That's it. It's kind of like an old pickup truck. We ready to talk about the old pickup truck yet? Or are we still waiting?
Maybe.
GT, don't sit there and say, huh?
No,
we're supposed to go to the ambulance report.
I was reading Mean Green, though. It always seems like Steelers versus Ratbirds for division title, just like it seems like back in the day when it was Steelers versus Oilers for the division title. I remember those days, dude. That was,
Those were actually fun days.
They were.
I got to tell you guys all a story. I always had a little soft spot for the Oilers, even though they were our arch nemesis, because there's just something about the blue and the song that used to drive me crazy. What was it? Oh, man, I got to think about it. But I love Bud, man, or not Bud.
Bum Phillips.
Bum Phillips. And then we are the Houston Oilers. Houston Oilers. Houston Oilers number 1. Woo, woo. I was like, oh my God, was that so fucking cool? But you got to hand it to him. And then Earl Campbell, man. I mean, that guy was a beast, man. Was he a beast? But anyways, where I was going with this story is I was actually down in my barn now. I was able to go ahead and I was able to find a Steely McBeam pin, and I found an old oil derrick pin. So I got them kind of side by side. It's just a little remnants of the old school rivalry. The days gone by. So you're right, Mean Green. Love those days. And screw the Houston Oilers.
Yeah.
All right.
Screw
ready
them.
for TA's report?
Yeah, man. How about we jump into that? We even got some. Why don't you run the new graphics we got? I hope you guys like this. We got some new graphics for you here. What do you want to start with? I'll cue up the music.
Hey, you cue up the music and cue up the graphics, and I'll just act like I'm in a big conference room. Hello, folks. To the screen to the left, you will notice.
And now it's time for TA's injury report.
Whoa! And as you can see here in week 16, we have the Baltimore Ravens with Nelson Aguilar. That's going to be an interesting one as he suffered a concussion. Now, this could put them a little thin in the wide receiver room because Rashad Bateman has a foot injury as well. So I'm kind of interested to see if they are going to clear him or not, because the Ravens need all the weapons they can get. Now, in the secondary, we do. Oh, I gotta say this. I forgot about this, JT.
Don't forget about this guy.
A wide receiver who will not dress, who will not play. He might not even be on the team by the end of the week. And that is your fan favorite, Deontay Johnson. Talk about a gentleman who has fallen from grace in the NFL. And that, young friends, is what happens when you go to the Antonio Brown School of Wide Receiver. You will be ran out of the NFL very, very quickly. Now,
you know what I was just thinking, TA? Sorry
yes, sir.
Slow your groove here. But Deontay Johnson is like the Lima Swede of the 2020 seasons. I just had to say that.
Are you bringing up your favorite wide receiver
My
again,
favorite
JT?
wide receiver, yeah.
Your favorite wide receiver. All right. Now, another one who did not practice, of course, is Jalen Amaro Davis. Now, he's dealing with a hamstring, and as we already know, we've got one of them on the other side of the ball for us who has been dealing with a hamstring, and that could be a little bit tricky. So it'll be interesting to see if he hits it. Although I don't think he's very much to worry about, not to mention some other guys they have on that side of the ball, not to mention like a guy named, I don't know, Tre'Davious White. And you also got to remember, never mind, we'll get to that part in a minute. But other than that, I'm not really too concerned, except one guy who really pops out to me, and I think he's going to be there, and that's Odafe Owahi. Now, that guy, man, I mean, he is definitely the captain of that team. He has definitely filled in the role since I think
you mean Clowney left.
No, Odafe Owahi, who has been having a pretty good season. Roquan Smith, we got to watch out for him, but he's not injured. Other than that, man, I really don't see anybody who's going to be a game changer. Even Washington or Darius really wasn't anything in the first one. I think they're gonna come to play, JT. I can sit here and I can drag this on, but the wide receiver core is the only thing that really jumps out at me at this time. Now, as we flip the script,
what about
news,
Mr.
Steelers
Flowers?
fan.
What about Mr. Flowers?
Mr. Flowers?
Yeah.
Randy Flowers?
Z or whatever.
Which Flowers? Zay Flowers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Zay Flowers. I'm not worried about him either. I really ain't. There's nobody on this team that really scares me except Mark Andrews and maybe Isaiah Likely, but that's a different time of the show. Now, for us, we had quite a few players that did not participate. I'm not concerned about this because it is a short week, and I think Tomlin is basically saving them. So, Justin Fields, abdominal.
Yeah.
If we need him to run, are you going to see him running? Absolutely. Patrick McQueen, he's just taking a breath. Do I think what? If we need Fields? Oh, absolutely. They'll have Fields in there.
You think he'll dress as a backup?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Same way, Pickens, that's the one who's going to be interesting. He did kind of return to practice. He's kind of a little soft walkthrough, but it'll be interesting to see just exactly what he does if he's ready to go on Friday. Now, Deshaun Elliott, I don't see him coming back. And Deontay Jackson, man, that back is a little bit more tender than what we've been told. So we could be a little weak in the secondary. TJ Watt, of course, guys, he's practicing. He was catching passes today, man. I know TJ wants to go ahead and get back out there and does not want to miss a game, but I'm a little torn between this one. Knowing that we're in the playoffs, I'm okay with TJ taking a break and just sitting down, because an ankle injury, that's the last thing we want, is that to be nagging, especially in his position coming off the edge. And then, of course, Obi-Wan Kenobi, still dealing with the groin, but I kind of feel that Obi deals with something every single year, and they just have him on the injury list to have him on the injury list. And that, folks, is your injury report.
There you go. DA's ambulance report. Thank you so much. Good stuff. All right, so let's get into the real meat and bones here. You know, thoughts on the game. Let's start it off with that. Let's go kind of your thoughts going into this game, where the Steelers are coming from, where the Ravens are coming from. They're obviously playing at Ravens. So what are your thoughts on this? Who's going to have this edge? Where's this game go?
Well, I'd like to think that the Ravens have the pressure on them for this game. I mean, because let's be honest here. I mean, they're the ones who have not beaten us in the last, 11 games or 8-2, 8-3, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think the pressure is on them more so than it is us. Now, I will also say this, though. I am concerned, JT, that this does not go ahead and start a December slide at this point in time, because it's just kind of throwing this out there. 13 years ago, we all remember this was going to be hell on earth, or a hellish December. We're going to wreak hell. How'd that go, JT? You remember?
I think they were going to unleash all hell in December.
Unleash all hell in December. I just want to throw this little stat out. Since 2019, we are 13-12 in the month of December.
That's not exactly unleashing hell.
That is not unleashing hell. And the other thing is
that is? That's
what
mediocrity.
That is mediocrity. And I think that it's time that we take that next step and get out of mediocrity. So I think the pressure is more so on the Ravens at this time than it is on the Steelers. But I think the Steelers share exactly a little bit of pressure because they can't afford a December slide.
No, and not only that, you have to figure sooner or later he's going to have a good game against the Steelers. I mean, what I don't want to do is ever to have to go further in the playoffs, ever have to play the Ravens 3 times in a season. We've done it, but I don't like our odds that it's each game kind of, to me, stands on its own. I have to agree. They have a lot of pressure on their shoulders, but I think Pittsburgh's kind of feeling it too. And they're probably knowing that these guys are going to bring everything they got at them because they want Pittsburgh bad. So it's going to blow up in their face, I guess. Hijacker, what are your thoughts?
Well, I hope so. We better bring it because this is for the division. So we need to bring that intensity, show them what we got and, take down the Ravens.
All right. So Hijacker. So let's just go. Yeah. How are we going to do that? I mean, they've got Lamar Jackson, who right now, and I thought I'd never, ever hear these words come out of my mouth, JT, leads the NFL in passer rating. Now, this is the guy who I've called a running back quarterback for years. And now all of a sudden, he leads the NFL in the passer rating.
Yeah, he's been playing better, managing the ball. The main thing is he doesn't turn the ball over. Well, throw picks. He's got like 34 touchdowns to 3 picks. He's been handling the ball really well. He has had some fumbles, but he's been managing the ball really well, getting to his weapons, and it's been very efficient. So we need to disrupt him with pressure from TJ Watt, hopefully, to make sure he gets off page and makes mistakes.
And I think I have to kind of agree with you here. I think if we're going to really get to him this year, we're going to have to get to him with basically a sack fumble. when he gets out of the pocket is when we're going to have to make sure that we make something happen.
Yep, we need a vintage TJ Watt strip sack as usual. Need
Herbig.
Yep.
We putting the pressure on Herbig.
Yep.
He's got to basically have an encore. Is that what we're asking?
I'm gonna throw another name out there, Peyton Wilson.
Peyton Wilson. Now there's a guy who I would love to see get a pick.
How cool would that be, huh?
Absolutely.
Problem is we're going to have to cover those tight ends. And is he going to be the guy doing it, or is it going to be Landon Roberts out there?
It better be Peyton Wilson.
Well,
he's better in coverage.
He is good in coverage. I mean, he does have his one pick for the year, but I'll be honest, guys. I was kind of this late in the season. I kind of expected him to be sitting at 3. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. He's got no sacks either. Because you ever notice we don't send him after the quarterback. And I don't understand why we're not sending him after quarterback. The guy's got plenty of speed. And he's not necessarily, leading it there in any forced fumbles category. So I really think Peyton Wilson needs to be a guy on Lamar Jackson this week. That's the guy we need to bring after.
Spine. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wasn't Roberts the spy on him last game?
Roberts is usually the spy, yes. But I think we need to change that up. I think we need to show them something different.
Move them around.
Mm-hmm. Move them around.
Yeah.
Well, what? Peyton Wilson's got 4.4 speed. We can track him down, right?
Well, I think that's been some of our challenge this year. I'm not an X's and O's behind the numbers kind of guy, but I know. Oh, what happened here? Oh, my face got big. But it just seems like the plays that they run with the packages, they don't really seem to deviate. And I know I'm talking offense here, but they just don't really seem to deviate that much from, okay, well, if they come in with this package, then they're going to run that. I mean, it just seems, I don't know, to me, I miss the LeBeau days and the fire blitz stuff and stunting and everything. It just, it seems like kind of a boring defense anymore. We're rushing 4 and dropping back, and I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know what our blitz rate is now. It seems like we're way low compared to what we used to be.
Well, you're right. We are definitely way lower than what we used to be. We're relying on that, the 4-man rush coming from the front. We don't blitz as often. We are dropping back. And I got to say, though, man, Austin has done a very good job this year. I know I've been hard on that cat in the past, but he has done a good job. But you are right. We missed that LeBeau intricacy, that attention to detail, and more importantly, that surprise. You hear the announcers every week. Oh, yes. Steelers blitzing defense, you never know where they're going to come from. And every time they say that, I'm like, really? I said, no, you really do know where they're going to come from. It's
which book are you reading, dude? Which season you talking about?
Right. I mean, it's not the Steelers of old when it comes on the defense. You know that TJ is going to be in there for a sack or two. You wonder why Highsmith can't get there and why he always seems to just be a step behind. And when he does get there, you're happy for him.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while, we'll see Landon Roberts come up the middle. But, you've got Peyton Wilson and you got Patrick Queen, and we're not utilizing them. Both of those guys have speed in the middle, and both of those guys have 0 sacks. Could you imagine if LeBeau had these 2 guys as a middle linebacker?
Yeah, he'd be bringing them. Bring the house, man.
So, again, I would like to see something a little different because, to me, this is a must-win game. This is not a division game right now to me. This is a must-win game. We got 3 games in 11 days. That was it, right? Right now, we're 1 or 0-1. We can't afford to go 0-3 here, JT.
Yeah.
You got to bring something different to go ahead and stop Lamar Jackson.
All right.
Because if you're not going to do that, here's the next thing that'll wear you down. Hijacker, tell us behind door number 2, Derrick Henry.
Door number 2, Derrick Henry. He's a man. He's a beast. He's got a lot of yards. He's averaging, 5.8 yards per carry, 13 touchdowns, over 1,400 yards rushing. We just faced another guy with over 1,400 yards rushing. I'm hoping our defense can contain him because he's bringing the heat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, ranked second. But you know what? Getting back to Austin, what you were talking about, TA, is that when you go back, I mean, watching the game is one thing, and then when you go back and you look at the stats and the final score, for the most part, the defense has done its job. They've limited the big rushing quarterbacks. They've limited the big running backs. They've limited receivers for the most part. I'd like to put this Eagles game kind of out on its own. It was a litmus test, yeah, but I just think we were kind of up against it in many ways.
I think it was an anomaly too on what we've seen this team do so far this year. They've done an excellent job at halftime, of course correct.
Right. Right.
The Eagles game, they did not course correct. But every game this year, they have done a great job of course correct. And you're right, JT. Look, even the last game, we held Derrick Henry to 65 yards, buddy.
There you go. That's what I'm saying.
Yep. We held Lamar to 46. I mean, and Justice Hill, throw him in there for 13. I mean, averaged about I'm sorry. They ran 124 times on us. I mean, 6.5 yards a carry. But that's kind of where teams have been at right now, is about 120 yards a game on us. Our defense has been playing pretty stellar.
Yep. Defense has been playing great. Hopefully they can keep it up.
And even last week with Brown and Smith going over 100 yards. I think that was the first time this year that we had a tandem go over 100 yards on this defense, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. DJ brought up the point. We only had 78 total rushing last time.
Actually, we had 122, DJ, the last time, because we ended up having Warren. That was a game he went off with 41. Mm-hmm. Najee went off at 63, and Fields came in there twice to help us save the game and put 17 yards. Remember, because it wasn't looking too good. That was the first game we brought out the Fields package.
Yeah, right. You're right.
Which helped change a little bit of the dynamics of that. We cannot allow that to get to that point, is I guess where I'm getting at.
Yeah, not only that, I mean, just kind of expand on that a little bit. I was really excited at the beginning of the year that we were going to have this multiple quarterback package, and we're going to see some really dynamic changes and mix things up, and it really hasn't played up. It's like they need to gain a couple yards, they bring him in. Now he's hurt, so there's no bringing him in. I kind of disagree with you. I think if they need something, Russ is going to have to do it. I don't think we're going to see Fields unless Russ goes down big time.
Well, and maybe we got to get a little bit more creative. I mean,
I agree there, no doubt.
There's got to be something. And here's another thing. We've done a great job of isolating their number one. You look at Zay Flowers last game. He wasn't the cat that hurt us. It was Isaiah Likely. And I think that somewhere along the lines, teams have figured out, if you're taking my number one option, you're taking my number two option, that's giving me my number three options. And their number three options seem to have the best luck against us.
And let me guess, tight ends.
Tight ends. There you go. Isaiah Likely. I would just like to see us be a little forward thinking and say, okay, you're in the middle of that game. What are they thinking? Oh, we're probably going to go to the third outlet. Let's double him this time. Let's disguise that. Let's make it look like we're doubling the 1 and we hit the 3. That's the kind of game we're needing to have right now, JT, is what I'm feeling deep in my bones.
Yep.
And then on defense, guys, I mean, we already know we got to stop Roquan Smith. We know Marion Humphrey's going to be out there. I mean, that cat's got how many picks this year, Hijacker?
5 now. Gotta watch out.
He's got 5. And then, Kyle Van Noy, outside linebacker. This defense is tough. Let's keep in mind, too, JT, we're talking about a victory that we had, but the only reason we had that victory is because we got a little MVP called Boz, who kicked 6 field goals that game. We didn't put 7 in the score column. 6 field goals. I can't see that winning this game. We cannot hope for Mother effing Tucker to shank 2 or 3 like he's been doing all year long.
Thank you. I was just going to say that. That drought is going to end eventually. Whether it's on that team or another team, but eventually it's going to end. I just hope it doesn't until next weekend.
Can you throw a banana peel when he's kicking out there by chance?
Yeah, really. It's too bad they're not at home. We could kind of loosen up some turf and different.
Dang it.
But I will say this. Did you guys all see where Arthur went ahead and come out and was discussing the running game? He says, yeah, it's kind of like your old pickup truck.
Yeah.
I'm like, now, Art, I really did love your analogy of it. I really do. But if this is like your old pickup truck, look, I've had many of old pickup trucks in my lifetime. Loved every single one of them. But you know what I finally had to do to every single one of them? Put them to rest. I got 2 of them sitting out in the driveway right now that I love to death that I haven't put to rest. But you know what? I know what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to lay them down. Now, you can't do that with this offense. We're embarking into the playoffs. You better figure out how to get a puppy on this offense real quick in the running game and spark some life. This old truck ain't what we need. We need us a thoroughbred. We need to get us a Duramax in there that's going to hit the hole and hit the hole hard. It just blowing coal, baby, all the way to the end zone.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, we're gonna get Warren in there. He's got turbo in the engine.
You know what? I said this last week. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Let's even switch that up. Let's start Jalen. Let's run Jalen 2 series and kind of tire them down by chasing his ass, and then maybe bring Najee in to be the steamroller. Let's flip the script. We have to do something a little bit different.
Yeah.
I mean, the pieces are all there, but now let's see if we can't. It's kind of like a Rubik's Cube right now, JT. I know I can get the red side. I know I can get the white side, but can I get the red and white side?
Here's what I want to see. I want to see this team clicking on all cylinders for once. I don't know that we've done that. We've seen some great drives, but the start out, go 3 series, 3 and out. Like we've got to get on these guys early. Points are going to be hard to come by. I don't want to see us punting, when we're down 2 touchdowns and inside their 50-yard line this time. Mm-hmm. Let's be aggressive. Let's do something. Wasn't the last Ravens game the time where they tried the fake punt?
Yeah, it was.
Was it the Ravens game?
No, that might have been the Commanders.
Okay. Where they tried to get cute with that? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
hey,
I still like that play.
There, I kind of like that until he dropped the ball. But I don't know. I want to see something different. But I think the key is still You know, like we said before, contain Lamar. We got to do a better job protecting that middle, though. Hurts really kind of hurt us a couple times, leaving the middle wide open for him to just step up and then boom, he delivered. You know what I mean, or rushed. We cannot leave that middle open like that. So we've got to protect the edges just as well and get some pressure. But that middle is going to be middle and the edges. We got to contain those three areas for both of them, Henry and Lamar. And I think if we do that, we minimize that damage. I don't think he's going to kill us in the passing game, and I think we're going to see turnovers as a result of it. That's my key to victory right there.
Yep.
Beat their ass. Put more players on the bench than they do to us.
And Hijacker, what about you?
Well, it's like JT just said, turnovers are the key to the game. Lamar's only thrown 3 interceptions, so I'd like to see the legend, Minkah Fitzpatrick, finally come up and pick one off. I think if he can give us that spark, because our offense, let's be real, it's not really hitting on all cylinders right now with Pickens out. So with that extra contribution from defense, I'm hoping it can do just enough for us to win this game.
Well, if I'm sitting here and I'm looking at the playoff ramification right now, we already know we're leading the division. Could we afford to lose this game? Absolutely, we could. And it would put us, with 5 losses. We would still have the tiebreaker over the Ravens with 2 games left to go. But that would definitely mean we would have to win out. No ifs, ands, or buts. We'd have to win out. I don't want to have to take this to Christmas to go up against Kansas City Chiefs. And I don't want to have to take this to Cincinnati knowing that this team can score 40 points. Because let's face it, guys, we know we're not built like that, and we did that against the Bengals. Are we going to get to do that twice? I'm not quite so positive. Are we going to have to probably do that against the Chiefs to win? Absolutely. So I would just rather put this to bed now, and I would like to come in and go ahead and put the smack down on Lamar and his cocky little you-know-what. Go ahead and seal up Derrick Henry and hold him under 100 yards. And for Pete's sakes, do not let Isaiah Likely or Mark Andrews get behind you in the zone.
Right.
Because they will sit down in a soft spot and keep a drive going. But what I really think that we need to do in this game, that my 2 keys to victory in this game is A, do not let us get to 3rd down, period. And if it is 3rd down, it's got to be 3rd and short. We need to start winning that conversion battle. And number 2, if I'm really seriously looking at it, we have to bring Mike Williams into the fix now, because there has to be some kind of mojo built with him. So when we do see George back, we have 2 weapons that they have to answer for come to playoffs if we have to meet them for the 3rd time.
100% agree. And I don't understand why he hasn't got more action. It's just Tomlin's way of slowly getting him on this moving train.
I would like to say that, JT, but watching Hard Knocks, there's a point in there. You see him snap the ball, and who's running down the sideline? Mike Williams. And who caught the ball? Mike Williams. I'm like, now that was before the Philly game. Why wasn't that play in the Philly game?
I don't know. I don't think he can be any worse than Van Jefferson. So I don't know why we aren't seeing him. So,
well, that's all I have to report, gentlemen.
All right.
It's down to the players and hope that we come out of here healthy. And TJ, because I know you're listening, it's okay, brother. Take the week off. We need you for the playoffs.
Yeah.
We've got Smith, we got Herbig, we got Highsmith. We have more than enough capability to let you take a week off. This isn't years of past. we can make this happen.
Well, I think Watt's off the injury report, right? Or he's gonna play, right?
I don't want him to play.
Okay.
I don't want him to tweak that ankle. Even though it was a low ankle sprain, last thing you want it is to become a high ankle sprain.
Yeah, that'd be horrible.
And remember, he's getting ready to play on a short week.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Rather have 100% for the playoffs than now.
All right, JT, you're quiet. What's going on, man? You're losing our listeners.
Man,
I can see them; they're fading away.
I'm thinking. I'm projecting. Thinking.
Projecting.
I think he wants your prediction for the game.
Coming up with the magic number.
He's still thinking for that prediction.
Still thinking, and you screwed up my typing. See?
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. All right. So, Kitch isn't here. He did put his prediction in. Kitch is going 17-13 Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
There's no money on this. So, I mean, if I was betting money, I'm not so sure that I would pick the Steelers to win overall. But I don't think I would pick the Ravens to cover either. But I'm going to say Steelers able to pull this one out 21-17. So what say you, Hijacker?
Well, I got us winning 24-21. It'll be a close game. Lamar will throw an interception at the end, and we'll win. You know, it'll be a nail biter as usual.
Oh, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Yep.
Turnover predictions?
I'll say we'll have 3 then.
Oh, that's too vague. No, I need specifics.
Okay. Let's go.
I need specifics. Come on, Preston.
I just pull a number 3 out of. No. I want to know how, when, where, and who recovers.
That's a little too specific.
I'm just kidding. Dude. All right. DJ's in. His prediction is in. Oh, are we going to go unanimous again? Ooh, 16-14 Steelers.
He's got Boswell winning it for us.
So 16. What are we thinking? A safety here, DJ? What's in the numbers there? A missed field goal?
Was, 3 field goals.
Or missed extra point? What's up? Again. Okay. TA, it's down to you, brother.
27-23.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. 27-23. I got a feeling we're going over the 42 points. It's going to be a little bit more action in this game. And I'm just hoping that score's not flipped and Tomlin's en route for a disastrous December. I think this team's a little bit more special than this. And I need to see it. I need to see it this weekend. I need to see it this weekend to have my confidence where it needs to be for Christmas.
I think you're right, T. I think this team is better than that. They've shown they can win tough. They've also shown, they're a team too. What did Muth say? Can't win them all.
No, you can't.
Except for the Dolphins, but I think he did quote. I'm quoting him when he said that. But yeah, just play hard, man. Just play hard. Put it to them. Show them who owns the Ravens, and stick a fork in them early, and put them on a spit.
We're ready to own the Ravens.
That's right. Defeather the Ravens.
Oh no!
All righty. There we go. DJ's getting a little more specific. Touchdown, 3 field goals. Okay.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Okay. All righty. I didn't know if you had something up your sleeve there, DJ, or not. But
yeah, it's gonna be tied 14-14. Watt gets a safety and end the game.
I wouldn't be opposed to that either.
No, that is not out of the realm of possibilities. Speaking of realms, guys, thanks for tuning in. Steelers Realm, always bringing it. Have a great week. Saturday game, it's going to be tough. Work till 4. Boom, on the way home. I'm sure I'm going to have Rob King on the radio until we get home. Who knows? Maybe the cellular data will hold out and I can watch it on my phone until I get home. So, but anyhow, great rest of your week, Steeler Nation, gentlemen. Pleasure as always to be with you.
Good night.
Go Steelers. Show up in full force in Maryland. Stomp on some crab cakes.
That's it. Careful in the hot tub. We're going to have our intro outro to take us on out of here. Good night, everybody. Careful in the hot tub. We'll see you next time.
Welcome to the Steelers Realm Podcast.